Muslim Girls Training and General Civilization Class. This was the name given to the training of women and girls in North America. How to keep house, how to rear their children, how to take care of their husband, sew, cook, and in general, how to act at home and abroad. These training units were named by our prophet and leader of Islam, W.D. Farad.
Our training units were named by God Himself. They are divinely crafted and supremely designed to grow us into Himself.
And some of you feel it's kind of degrading to be called a Muslim girl in training. But if you really understand girl, that's a great name. Because see, the things that you do as a woman are the things that you've learned of a world that disrespects and degrades and mistreats women and spoils and destroys girls. But when you come under God, He removes the need to be wily, and you begin to feel very, very young again, brand new in the presence of God and His Spirit. You actually feel like a girl, because with God you will never be a woman. With God you'll always be His little girl. You'll grow up one day to be the woman, of course, but you'll be the woman of God, because you were civilized as a girl. Sisters, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad knew that the home of the woman is the very important part of her seed of self-development.
Welcome back to the Let's Get It Clean channel.
Consequently, home life, proper care of the home, is a must for the MGT and GCC. So your homes are going to have to be little mosques. They should be places that are clean. The greatest of all gifts to a woman is the gift of life, that from your precious womb will come the extension of that family to generate that seed into the future. So your number one job is not being a doctor, not being a lawyer, not being a bus driver, not being a corporate executive. When you become a mother, you cannot abandon your children for some damn job. Your job is your children.
How to take care of their husbands.
A woman is a comfort and consoler to the man.
With the mind of God, we know that in the sacred union of marriage, a wife who submits to do the will of God becomes the agent of God that awakens her man into his divine nature, power, and authority as vicegerent of God.
Every sister, even if you got a PhD degree, sis, you should learn how to sew. Sewing also is a spiritual thing, because you cannot cut the fabric unless you have a pattern. And if you have a pattern, you cut the fabric out properly according to the pattern, then you don't waste material. Is that right? Well, the pattern has been laid down by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And if you know how to sew, you understand that he is the pattern by which we are to cut out our lives.
How to cook is more than just putting some sandwiches together. with God's mind. We know, MGT, that we have the power of life and death right up in that kitchen. The kitchen is our medicine cabinet. The kitchen is our laboratory for a master scientist, aka cook, who applies the knowledge of the science of food to nourish and heal herself and her family.
How to act at home and abroad. When you learn how to act at home, putting yourself in the right mood for progress in your home, then you will learn how to act abroad. So what you do at home is what you will ultimately do abroad.
我姓穆罕默德，大家可以叫我山地。山是山坡的山，地是花地的地。我来自美国芝加哥，很高兴来到中国。在此，我代表尊敬的路易斯·法尔康部长谢谢。
Absent the proper understanding and the proper sight, you will mistake our training units as some simple home economics or house chores. God did not travel 9,000 miles by himself to give us some simple home economic classes. He came to make us gods and to sit us on top of the world as the most beautiful nation in the wilderness of North America.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said to the MGT and GCC Vanguard, you start off in your class as MGT. You recite your lessons with your class as MGT. You learn cooking, sewing, the 7 units with the class, but then Vanguard have a special function. They're the warriors. They learn martial arts. They learn close order drills because they must be the ones that protect the elders.
We are not the aggressors, but if we are attacked, we fight on those who fight us. And if we must fight, we fight to the death.
That's the way the Honorable Elijah Muhammad trained us. And what I want him to say, these are mine. I want him to look at us and see himself. That's what I would like, and I think you want the same thing.
Every sister, no matter if you're 90, should know simple face movements, commands. We are the army of God.
Now, my sisters, you don't let no man take from you what you don't wish to give. Now you have to fight for your dignity. Don't let no man, I don't care if he put a gun to your head. He wants from you what you don't want to give. Kill it. Kill him. But say Allahu Akbar. And then strike with that power. And I guarantee his knees will buckle.
It was the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan who first acquainted us with the words of his father, the words of his teacher, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that revolutionized our thinking of the position of the female in society, that a nation can rise no higher than its woman. I strongly affirm that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has loved the MGT with an everlasting, pure, righteous, and upright love. We, sisters, we are not bound by the limits of this world. The shackles imposed on us by Satan has been removed. Under the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in strict obedience to the teachings, We have been loosed from the chains of racism, materialism, and sexism. We are not bound by the thoughts, by the folkways, by the mores, by the ideologies of our former slave masters and their children. We have been set free to be the perfect reflection of the mind of God because of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the honorable minister Louis Farrakhan.